Hi, boys and girls. This is Module 2, Lesson 2 for math, and we are talking about relating skip counting by fives on the clock and telling time to a continuous measurement model, which is a big words for saying we're going to use a number line to help us tell time. So in your binders, you should have template number 1 that looks like this. It looks like a tape diagram. You can stop the video now and put this in your whiteboard if you want to, which will help you, or you could do this on a piece of paper so that you have it to keep too. So we're going to start with the application problem that you did in your video that you should have done in your warm-up video. And it says Christine has 12 math problems for homework. It takes her 5 minutes to complete each problem. How many minutes does it take Christine to finish all 12 problems? So what you did to solve that was you drew a tape diagram. You knew how many problems she had, 12, and you knew it took 5 minutes for each problem. So you could do 5, 5, 5, 5, 12 times, which is really 12 times 5. So it took Christine 60 minutes to complete those 12 math problems. Now, if we wanted to know, there's another way we can figure out the time it took her. So let me just change my color here so you can see a little bit of a difference. What we're going to do, we're going to draw a line underneath what you just did. And if you need to stop the video to draw what I have on my page, please do, because this is very important for you to have. So there's our line that we're going to use. We're going to put arrows on the end of our number line to show that it's continuous. We're just using this part of it, but it goes on and on and on in either direction. And I'm going to make a tick mark. I'm going to mirror my tape diagram tick mark. So where I have a line up here in my tape diagram, I'm going to put a line down here on my number line as well to show those segments. Another word for a segment is interval. Interval, and that is one of a vocabulary word for this module, interval, which is basically the space in between these two marks, which in this case is 5 minutes. So we're going to label every 5. We're going to count by 5s and label these on our number line. It's very important that you write neatly, because if you're not writing neatly, we won't be able to read your work. You won't be able to read your work. And that's very important. Okay? So we skip counted by 5s. Count with me. Here we go. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So the amount of time in between one interval is 5 minutes. The amount of space in between 2 intervals is 10 minutes. How many minutes are there from an interval from 0 all the way up here to 60? That would be 60 minutes. How about an interval if we started at 15 and ended at 60? How many minutes is between 15 and 60? Well, we can put our finger here and count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So from 15 to 60 is 45 minutes. How about from 15 to 30? How many minutes is that? Well, let's count. Let's start at 15 and we're going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. So we have 15 minutes from 15 to 30. Let's use the number line to find how many minutes it would take Christine to do 4 math problems. So put your finger on 0, and we're going to go 4 intervals. So you can count on your fingers. You can put up a finger for each interval we do until you have 4 up. So here we go. We're going to start at 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. So for Christine to do 4 math problems, it takes her 20 minutes. So we jumped 4 intervals. Say that word, interval. We jumped 4 intervals to find out how many minutes it took her to complete 4 problems. How about if she does 7 problems? How long will it take her to do 7 problems? Jump with me and count on your fingers till we get to 7 intervals. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's 7 intervals, 35 minutes. How about 11 problems? Let's see how long it takes her to do 11 problems. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. It takes her 55 minutes to complete 11 problems. Next, boys and girls, we are going to go on to part 2. So this was part 1 of this lesson. You're going to now watch part 2 and follow along.